La doma del campo. It's a training in Spain. It's a Spanish way. Juicioso comes from a breeder, and this is his mother. This is his father. Comes from a breeder in the Netherlands, and this is his tree. He was raised with mares and had a mother, and when he was 1 year old, he came in a group of young boys. This is Juicioso when he was 2 years old. I don't think he's really beautiful. Then he was 3 years old and he started to develop as a young guy. He was put in the stable, which is also very normal in the Netherlands, and several times a day he got out to do his exercise. That's where I bought him. At the age of 3 he was apto de reproductor, which means that he's a stud, he's a breeding stallion. The breeders brought him to my house and I was so sad. He was such a real young boy, but the experience was great. 2009 for the first day on my place, and there's little Tibor. He met little Tibor. He also met the mare, and that wasn't really a great success. Then we went to Denmark, to Mr. Hempfling, for a very interesting experience. There we are. This was his stable, and something that wasn't, this was my tent. And here I am standing on the place of Hempfling, and at that moment I'm insecure because, well, never mind, that's the whole story. We got back and the winter came, so he had to recover from a broken jaw, and I gave him time. But I wanted to let him do something. He was 4 years old, and, well, what do you do with a 4-year-old? Well, he was not really mature, but when he was 4 years old in springtime, I thought it's time for him to get a professional schooling. I don't talk about breaking, schooling. So it became spring, and I decided to call my friend in Spain and say, can you train him, please, for me? This is a road in Spain, and there we went to Granada. This is the house of my friend, and it's a really beautiful place, Sebastian Fernandez, and that's his profession. So let's look through the door and let's look what's all happening there. The place is beautiful, and this is Juicioso, 4 years of age. The place is really beautiful, and I know them for a long time. They really worked hard to achieve this. And the ceramica is so beautiful. The stables there are 40 places for a horse, and well, these are the stables, so all the horses can see other horses. They're also bullfighters, so be prepared that you might see some things which you don't like. This is the tack room, and these are things they use daily for the horses. And this is again Toro Bravo. That's Sebastian, who has a critical eye. Here are Neptuno and Juicioso, and here Sebastian and Jose, Pepe, are starting the training of Juicioso. First some lunging, and that goes very easy, just a few rounds outside. I already lunged him. And Jose, Pepe is a very nice man. After the work, it's a very short moment, they wash the horses. They don't brush, they wash it. Then it's feeding time, and they get, their food. That's something, of course, Juicioso really liked. Next day, 4 May 2010, lunging again with a saddle on its back. I also practiced that. Yes, he wears these awful things. The lunging goes pretty well, and they keep a stable halter under the head collar, so if something happens, they can still grab the horse. There's nothing, he's getting used to the bit. There's no pressure, nothing more than just walk. You can see his beautiful movements. He has these real nice movements. I think Pepe shows here pretty well how he gives a horse confidence, how he gives a horse trust. And so it was lunging and nothing more, nothing special asked. So let's go on to the school. Here's the first moment that Pepe sits on the back of Juicioso. They first had some lunging, then he's going to sit, and Juicioso is tied up on a ring in the wall. That's a point where they all come. He gets off, and the horse gets washed. And of course, food again. Food is very important for horses. Okay, go on to the schooling. The doma vaquera saddle. It's a special saddle made in Spain, and it's a very old way of making a saddle. Lunging again, going outside with the saddle, and again, not really particular questions, no rings, no funny thing of tying a head. Just let him walk around, get used to the saddle, and here's looking around a little bit. And of course, typical Spain, the neighbor come and they also visit. This is the stable, and let's go on to the next phase. Pepe is going to sit on him again, and they're praising the horse. It was very calm. They don't pet the horses like we do in our country, for instance, and there's no food. They're just sitting on him, lunging a little bit, letting the horse walk forward, get used to a rider. At the back you see Manolin. Get used to the rider, left, right, just some roundups. And then when it's all okay, again it's time to stop. Short moments, and I think that's very smart to do because that's exactly what a horse needs. Short moments. He's insecure, he's walking on stone, it's a little bit, well, he has to find his new balance with a rider on his back. And Pepe is not really a big guy, but he weighs. Using some reins, go back to the point where they're washed and clean and settled, and then get off. Touch him at the back, touch him wherever. Get off the horse, which is a pretty dangerous moment always, because with young horses they can really get upset. Okay, that went good. Then we go outside. There they do the same. And here they are introducing the reins. When your head goes left, you go left. There's no pulling, it's still walking forward. And short time, washing again. Washing is very normal in Spain, but then unfortunately he got a flu and we had to wait for some time, so he was only being launched. But you can see he doesn't look unhappy, and well, he wasn't. So at the end of May, another time, getting up on the horse, Pepe on his beautiful back, go on the horse and just walk around the stable, do some rounds, and that's why they built the stables the way they did, so this is possible. And you can see on the head of Juicioso that he really is a little bit, confused. Now he refuses to go there because he's resisting. Jose doesn't mind, they go outside, they do some rounds, and this, I think it's a very nice moment because it's the first time that he is asking me to close the fence, please. This is going to be the first time that Juicioso shows I'm going to resist. This is the close. There he is. He's going to resist. He doesn't want to go on. The good part of Pepe is that he just sits on the horse, just directs him to the right way, what he wants. And he doesn't do anything. He doesn't hit. He doesn't pet. He doesn't do anything. And then they go on again. And, well, he's quite an example for me. He just relaxes and they go on. Nice horse, just walk on, walk through. He lost some weight because he was ill for some time, and it was the change of climate because where I live it's more cold. Go outside, and this was a moment that he didn't want to walk. Okay, part 1. Hope you like it.